Hello friends. So now we are starting with immunology, and as the name suggests, the study of immune system is termed as immunology. Okay, this you are reading and studying up since your childhood. Okay, so immunology. So first of all, what is the definition of immunity? What is the definition of immunity? Definition is resistance offered by the host against offenders. Okay, the resistance offers by the body against the offenders. And what these offenders are, guys? These can be anything. They can be any sort of pollen grains, it can be any sort of chemicals, microorganisms. All these are termed as what? Offenders of yours. So this is what is immunity is, the resistance offered by the host against the offenders. That is what is termed as what? Immunity. Fine. The next question comes that immunity of actually how many types? So broadly, you can classify it into innate and acquired. Okay. Some things which we get from our parents, okay, that is a constitutional makeup, that comes in what? Innate immunity. And the things we acquire in life, that you grow up, you study well, then you get into MBBS. Okay. So these things you have acquired up and then you do MD. Fine. So these is acquired and the same thing happens here. The innate immunity is based on constitutional makeup of yours, and the acquired one is the one which you have acquired through the hard work. Okay. You have to do the things for it to achieve. Okay. Now, what is the difference between innate and acquired immunity? What is the basic difference between innate and acquired immunity? And this is very true that innate is from your birth and it is due to your constitutional makeup. Yes or no? And in this, you remember these three alphabets, that is SIR, means to which species you belongs to, that is being taken care by this innate stuff, to which individual parents you belongs to, and to which race you belongs to. These three things, they determine your innate immunity. Means the species, the individual parents, okay, and the race. So basically innate immunity is based on what? Sir. Okay, not me. Species, individual and race. Is it fine? So in the exam also, if you focus upon these three things, you will able to write up a lot of things regarding the innate stuff. Fine. Then this thing will help you that four things mainly, they are the part of acquired immunity. That is B cell, T cell, antigen presenting cell, and classical complement pathway. Okay, classical complement pathway. So one is B cell, one is T cell, one is antigen presenting cell, and one is what? Classical complement pathway. These four, they are the part of what? Acquired immunity. And rest of all other things, they are the part of what? Innate immunity. So half of your problems are solved here itself, that most of the things, they are part of what? Innate immunity, and very less things, they are the part of what? Acquired immunity. Fine. Means if we name some, like the recent question is NK cells, natural killer cells, they are the part of. So answer to this question is, they are the part of innate immunity. Okay. Natural killer cells is a part of what? Innate immunity. And if we talk about that which all other things are there in the innate immunity, so let me tell you, in this, these phagocytes also come. Okay. So some things are shared between innate and acquired also. It is not so like they are like if I say that B, T and antigen presenting cell, these are only part of it. Some things are shared also. Fine. So the phagocytes, They are said to be a part of innate also. And alternate complement pathway. As we know that side, what is there? The classical one. And in this side, you have the alternate complement pathway, which is a part of innate immunity. Can come as a question. Okay. Then number of acute phase reactants. Number of acute phase reactants which release off, like in the inflammation and all, like CRP and all that, they all are part of what? Your innate immunity. Even your normal residential flora, even your normal residential flora, that is also a part of what? Innate immunity. Fine. So right from your skin, mucosal barriers, okay, inside the mouth, the saliva, okay, then you go deep inside, all those things which is your natural barrier is a part of what? Innate immunity. And in total, if you're confused at what is a part of this and what is a part of that, just remember 4 things are the part of acquired immunity. One is B cell, one is T cell, one is antigen presenting cell, and one is classical complement pathway. Okay. Rest of all others are what? They're the part of innate immunity. Is it fine? Now, in this, you need to know certain different things, like in the acquired immunity, you should know certain important entities, like what is the example of natural active immunity. Okay. What is example of natural active immunity? Then comes natural passive immunity. Okay. Natural active, natural passive, artificial active, artificial passive. Okay. Artificial active, artificial passive. Okay. So like this you can write off. The natural active, natural passive, artificial active, artificial passive. Okay. Examples of them. So the example of a natural active immunity is any sort of infection. Like if somebody develops up any sort of infection, viral infection and all, so against that, those antibodies are produced, that is natural and active. Natural and passive, that the body have not done anything, that is passive, and it is through the natural way a gift, and the gift can be given in the nature by the mother. So the immunoglobulins which transfers from the mother to the newborn through the placenta, those gifts of immunoglobulins is a part of natural process, and newborn have not done anything for getting them. Obviously that is part of mother at that time and gets through the placenta these particular immunoglobulins. So that is termed as natural passive. Then comes artificial active. Artificial active is artificial way and the body have to work against it. And example of this is vaccine. Example of this is what, guys? Vaccine. Okay, so COVID vaccines you must have taken all. So you have taken an agent, against that the body have to work and produce antibodies against the spike protein which is being induced into you with the help of some chimpanzee adenovirus, and the body have produced what against it? The anti-spike antibodies. So that is also one of the points. Then comes the artificial passive stuff. Artificial passive means it is being like given up and the body have not done anything. So this is obviously the story of today, ready-made things, and the ready-made immunoglobulins is a classical example of what? It's a classical example of artificial passive immunity. It's a classical example of what? Artificial passive immunity, and this is what? This is ready-made immunoglobulins are there in that. So artificial active is vaccine, artificial passive is ready-made immunoglobulins, natural passive is mother to newborn, and natural active is infection. I suppose this is clear, and they will be asked in the exam also, and they can be asked in your prof exam also. Okay, so that also is an important entity to be taken care of. Okay.